why is stretching so important as part of your exercise routine? Well, we're going to find out in this video. The thing is, if you start to lift weights or to perform strenuous exercise without stretching first, you're almost certainly going to do yourself an injury, perhaps even a serious one. Now, think about it for a moment. If you're like most people, you spend a vast amount of time just sitting down. You sit down at home, probably sit down at work, and you sit down in your car or whatever mode of transport you use to get between work and home. Maybe you walk to the bus stop or the train station, but that's about it. And I'm willing to bet that the bulk of your leisure time is spent sitting down too, doing things like watching TV or playing video games. When you do this, your muscles shorten and they become tight. Then, when you call on those muscles for activity, they're weak and unable to extend all the way. And if you force them, then you run the risk of joint pain, strains, and muscle damage. So you do need to stretch and to warm up to avoid all that. But the trouble is, the vast majority of us go about stretching in entirely the wrong way. If you're used to stretching by forcing yourself into a position until it hurts, then you actually may be doing more harm than good. So stop it right away. First of all, your muscles should be warm before you start stretching. And I don't just mean warm in an ambient way, although going out into the snow on a cold winter day to do your stretching routine isn't going to do you any favors at all. What I mean is it should be warm insofar as your body temperature and your heart rate are raised so that more blood can reach your muscles, thereby bringing more oxygen, more nutrients, and more energy. Now, when you were at school, your PE teacher or games coach probably made you do exercises like star jumps or jumping jacks, as we used to call them when I was at school, and things like leg lifts at the start of the lesson, instead of getting straight on with the game. And this was to help you warm up and stretch. You probably didn't realize it at the time, but the regime probably started nice and slow and then built through more energizing exercise before you started doing the push-ups, the sit-ups, and the touching your toes type exercises that were designed to stretch your muscles and your tendons. And this was no accident. Now, you can do the same in your adult life before each muscle building or hypertrophy session. And the exercises from school, well, they're just as valid today as they were back then. Another thing you can do is to bear in mind the specific positions that you'll be moving into during your session and gently ease yourself into those positions with your body as relaxed as possible. So you're actually practicing while your muscles are relaxed. So you're not pushing your muscles under any strain, under any tension. You're just literally going through the motions so that you know exactly what moves you're going to have to do and you are comfortable with doing them. So you want to move to the point where it just starts to hurt and then stop. And the more you do this, the more you'll regain your natural flexibility. Yoga is also a fantastic way to both get and stay supple. Now, yoga is quite a complicated subject and well beyond the scope of this video. But if you do a search in Google for yoga near me, you should find somewhere near you that offers classes and instruction. And prices are going to vary, but you can shop around. And quite often, especially for beginning yoga, the prices are generally quite reasonable. All right, let's talk about some good warm-up and stretching exercises that you can do. And these are recommended by the UK's National Health Service. One is to do marching on the spot. You want to keep going for 3 minutes. So start off marching on the spot and then march forwards and backwards and pump your arms up and down in rhythm with your steps. Then you want to do heel digs and you want to aim for 60 heel digs in 60 seconds. And for heel digs, you place alternate heels to the front, keeping the front foot pointing up, and then punch out with each heel dig. Now keep a slight bend in the supporting leg. Then you can do knee lifts, and you want to aim for 30 knee lifts in 30 seconds. So, one every second. So to do knee lifts, stand tall, bring up alternate knees, touching the opposite hand, and keep your abs tight and your back straight. And also keep a slight bend in the supporting leg. Then there are shoulder rolls. You want to do 2 sets of 10 repetitions. And for shoulder rolls, keep marching on the spot. Roll your shoulders forward 5 times and then backwards 5 times. And let your arms hang loose by your sides. And finally, there are knee bends, and you want to do 10 repetitions. And to do knee bends, stand with your feet shoulder width apart and your hands stretched out. Lower yourself no more than 10 centimeters, that's approximately 4 inches, by bending your knees, and then come up and repeat. And if you come here to the NHS Choices website, which is nhs.uk/live well with a capital L and all run together /fitness/pages with a capital P /how-to-warm-up.aspx. You can see there's a lot more information here, and there are some accompanying photographs that show you how to do the exercises. And also, if I scroll down to the bottom of the page here, you can see there are some other routines that you can do as well. Especially this one here, I'd also recommend how to stretch after exercising, because that can also be quite important.